Reddit Relationship Stories number 1. I, 34F, just found out my husband, 35M, signed up for a swingers website. Without my knowledge freaking out right now, sorry if this is disjointed. We've been married 2 years, and before we got married had some issues from my insecurities about his past and sexual interests. Basically, he had been in a swinger-type relationship before, and that sort of thing is his biggest kink. Partner sharing, watching his partner have sex with others, etc. It wasn't something he disclosed until we had already been dating a year, and threw me through a loop BCE. Before that, we had many conversations about monogamy, and he told me he was monogamous. After he disclosed his past in swinging lifestyle stuff, I got very insecure because I had zero interest in it at all. He reassured me it wasn't something he needed in his life whatsoever at this point. It would only be interesting to him if I was into it too, and otherwise he was totally fine being monogamous, and I am everything he needs. He did a really good job of reassuring me of all my concerns, and since then has never brought it up again or pressured me in any way. So I took him at his word, assumed I didn't have to worry about this. Flash forward to this morning. He was running late for a doctor's appointment and asked me to look up the directions for the office and put it into the GPS on his phone. So while he jumped in the shower, I tried to get that going for him. I couldn't find where he had the address saved, so went to his phone browser history since I remember him looking up the doctor office website on there last week. BTW, we don't usually use each other's phones, but do have each other's passwords and aren't protective over our phones at all. So I scrolled back looking for the office website and saw that for multiple days in a row he had been looking up local swinger events, swinger websites, swinger porn. I already knew he watches that, so that wasn't surprising. And then just a few days ago, it appears he actually signed up for a swinger website. I could tell because the browser history had the sign-up page, then confirmation page, then the make your profile page, and then him browsing events in the website, etc. By the time he got out of the shower, I was probably white as a ghost, but didn't say anything. I feel sick to my stomach. He left for his appointment a half hour ago, and I've been nauseous since. I don't know what to say or do. In one way, I feel like I invaded his privacy, even though he did ask me to use his phone. This is just something I thought would never come up again, and now all my insecurities have come roaring back. We have a really good sex life, so I thought everything was okay. I'm not sure what to do now. I know the obvious answer is, just tell him what happened and what you saw. But I'm worried I can't take him at his word for whatever he says about it, since he apparently still has an interest in this that he chose not to tell me. And maybe he will just lie to protect my feelings. What is the best way to move forward here? I, 28F, am getting a courage to break up with my BF, 24M. We have dated for almost 4 years. We're on and off for a month, but last week we were really good. He called and texted all the time. He was so cute and sweet. But suddenly, this weekend things happened. On Friday we were happy like usual. Then after Friday evening, he seemed strange. No reading text and reply, missed call, and did not call back until early Saturday, 3 a.m. He said it was late, but talk later, heart. That was the last time he replied my texts. Then all Saturday, he didn't answer the phone. He read my text, but didn't reply, so I didn't send any more. Then I saw a girl likes his pic on IG, and turn out they just followed each other. I don't know when. This kind of thing happened before, and I'm so scared. Now, it's Sunday. He still didn't reply my Saturday's text, and didn't answer my call on IG. Seen, but didn't call back. It made me think, what did I do wrong to deserve this? I cried nonstop, by myself, with confusion because we were good for the whole week till Friday, and now he just completely ignored me. It really hurt, really, really hurt. Now I have a bit of sense and I just want to just ghost him, block him, or do something that could hurt him. But I also want it to end well, ... It, quote, S quite stupid that part of me still wants to hear his excuse. And I know he's going to call soon. I don't want to pick up TBH, but I'm so scared of my weak self. I know I should let this person go since what he did is really quite cruel. But you know, when a person is too deep in love, I'm just so scared of myself since his smiley face always makes me not want to lose it. I may be overthinking this. Please kindly advice. Also, if breaking up, how should I write a breakup email? If I ghost him, he will use that to blame me for sure. I kinda don't want that. My 27M partner is rarely interested in sex with me. 27F. My partner, 27M, and I, 27F, have been dating for 5 years and have lived together for 2 years. We love each other very much and are best friends. I'm extremely attracted to him. He has had intimacy issues since the beginning. Couldn't get hard in the beginning when we would try to have sex, and occasionally that issue shows up throughout the years. When we do have sex, it's fantastic. But over the past year, we only have sex about once a month. I would like to have sex, any kind, more often because physical touch is so important to me. We had a really difficult conversation about it last night where I finally said that it's a problem for me. This has come up a few times, but I was always like, it's okay. Libido waxes and wanes. But finally I expressed how disconnected our lack of sex makes me feel and how it's so hard when my advances are rejected. He said he has a really hard time ever feeling in the mood since we're together so much and we are so many things to one another. He's also mentioned that due to porn, the patriarchal society we live in, he has a hard time being sexual without there being an aspect of objectification of the woman. He is not proud of this. And it's harder and harder to get into a mindset of viewing me that way to initiate sex. He's also always been ashamed that he doesn't desire sex as often as he thinks he should, and hates that he feels like the gatekeeper of us having sex. Just want to hear anyone's thoughts on the situation. We're both really sad and confused and don't know how to address the issue. Every other part of our relationship is wonderful. I, 31F, am too attached to my niece, 11F, and feel hard to follow my career dreams. So when my niece was born, I was very young. She has a full family with lots of relatives. She lives in my area, so I often helped my sister with babysitting. My niece is part of my life. We often go shopping to local events and concerts. Since her parents are very busy sometimes, when I have time, I go to her school and club meetings as a parent. I basically see her 5 times a week, and I love her to the moon and back. She is my favorite person on the earth, and she always says that I am her best friend. Recently, I got a job offer abroad. I must cherish this chance, but I do not like the idea of going away. I am single, my friends do not live in my area, and my family is not very healthy and loving, and the town is very boring, and I should love the idea of leaving, but I am attached to my niece so much that imagining my life without her and not participating in her daily activities. Even thinking about it gives me pain. I never planned to stay in the town, and I would move anyway, but moving to a new country is a very drastic change. I will be only 4 HRS away by plane, but I dread flying, so I won't see her often, in case I decide to move to a new country for a long time. I do not want to be online aunt. I am sure she will need my emotional support many times, and I feel guilty for leaving, but at the same time, if I do not miss this chance, I have a huge mental dilemma. I am moving for 1 year, but I do not know if I will stay or come back. I want to stay abroad, but the thought of being away from her makes my mind full of worries and anxieties. I would highly appreciate your ideas, encouragement, and suggestions.